truly can throw out the records and know that it's going to be a brawl.
This is the game that's circled as a must-win type of game.
They got to know they've been hit in the mouth by Georgia, by the red and black.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Richt. I'm Chuck Dowdle. It is Georgia Tech week as the Dogs prepare for the Yellow Jackets, the annual rivalry. And this year at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, the Dogs at 8-3, the Jackets at 3-8. But still, this is one of those rivalries that has so much intensity. We'll get you ready for it coming up here in the next few minutes. Now, what you'll want to stay tuned for, we've got a special feature on UGA. It's called A Boy and His Dawg, Charles Seiler and UGA through the years. You won't want to miss that. As well as the Dogs making their biannual trip to Atlanta's Children's Hospital and the Shepherd Spinal Center. That's all straight ahead. We, of course, will have game highlights of the Dogs and the Jackets getting it on at Bobby Dodd Stadium, as well as reaction from the players and head coach Mark Richt. That's all straight ahead on Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Richt.
Inside Georgia Football is presented by Georgia's own credit union, Bank, Borrow, Invest. And brought to you in part by Georgia Lottery. That winning feeling doesn't come if you don't play. Play Georgia's own Jumbo Bucks Lotto with jackpots starting at $1 million.
Whether big or small, Georgia's own credit union has the perfect mortgage for you. We now offer 30-year fixed-rate jumbo mortgages. And in addition to competitive rates, low closing costs, trusted reputation, and local decision-making for quicker turnaround, Georgia's Own can help you save time and money. With more than 80 years of trusted service, you'll be able to get a mortgage you can feel good about. Contact a Georgia's Own mortgage specialist today at 404-874-1166 or visit georgiasown.org.
Throw in the bobblehead, you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Why don't you go check out your new Hyundai? I'll be with you in just a minute. Go Dogs.
Georgia Bulldogs fans, show your pride with real Bulldogs gear from the official online store, the G-Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com. You'll find everything a Bulldogs fan needs, from jerseys to sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Bulldogs pride, there's only one place real Bulldogs fans go, the G-Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com.
This segment is brought to you by Academy. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day.
This is a very important game for us, obviously, tomorrow to play Georgia Tech, but it wasn't so important that we could just ride on by here and not stop in. We love to come here.
You know, it's really important. If we look at our lives and we see how blessed we are, you know, to be able to compete at this top level, and you know, most of us complete our childhood dreams, and then to be able to come and just help and just bring a smile to other families who are in need and who are hurting. You know, it just really, you know, lifts them up and it lifts us up too. And you know, it's two people helping each other out.
Life is truly a blessing in disguise, and it feels good to kind of come back and give back to the little ones. It shows that student athletes all over, it's bigger than them just by playing football. You're a role model to a lot of younger kids around the world, so we just have to learn to set a great example for them to follow the right road to success.
I just think it puts things in perspective. You know, a lot of times we're so fortunate to be at the University of Georgia, to receive meals, receive a scholarship, that sometimes we forget some of the hardships that people face. I think making visits like this is very important and giving back.
It's something that, you know, we don't get to do enough, but, you know, when we get to do it, it's just one of the best feelings in the world. Just get to see these kids so happy and just try to make their day a little bit better because, I mean, they're truly inspirations to us, so love it. You know, the bigger the platform, the bigger responsibility, you know, the more impact you have to make. And, you know, in the end, you know, when you leave, you know, you just want to leave as many people happy as you can and just try to leave a legacy of just serving and just giving back. And that's what Coach Rick does for this team, and he's our leader and he leads by example, and so we just try to follow.
Stay tuned now. Coming up next, A Boy and His Dawg. That's straight ahead on Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Rick.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
No worries. Hey, you got my Falcon scratcher, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Make the drop, give him the money.
Roger that.
I forgot to stop. Sorry, man.
It's a no-go, Larry. Just land on the sidelines.
Tom, the Georgia Dome is actually a dome!
You can't win if you don't play. So take your shot at $350,000 with the Falcons game on Scratcher. AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Guys, in honor of Rivalry Week, we're going to do something special.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say Rivalry Week?
Rivalry Week.
Rivalry Week.
Rivalry Week.
Rivalry Week.
Rivalry Week.
Rivalry. Guys, it's Rivalry Week.
Strong enunciation. Desmond wins.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Are we watching again?
You'll see.
I think my boys have a shot this year.
Yeah, especially with this new offense we're running. I mean, our running back is a beast. Once he hits the hole and breaks through the secondary, oh, he's gone. And our linebackers and DBs dish out punishment and never quit. You didn't expect this, did you?
I didn't.
The Nissan Altima. There's a fun side to every drive. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Georgia Bulldogs fans, show your pride with real Bulldogs gear from the official online store, the G Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com. You'll find everything a Bulldogs fan needs, from jerseys to sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Bulldogs pride, there's only one place real Bulldogs fans go, the G Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com.
This segment is brought to you by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
A Boy and His Dawg. You've heard this story 1,000 times, but maybe not quite like this. Charles Seiler has never known a day without UGA in his home and in his life. The tradition began in 1956 with his dad, Sonny Seiler.
Well, I was in law school here. We had just gotten married, and my wife Cecilia's from Columbus, Georgia. One of her dear friends over there, Mr. Frank Hurd, called and said he had a white English Bulldog puppy he wanted to give us for a wedding present. And we could hardly afford to feed ourselves. I was working in the afternoon in the athletic office selling tickets when I could sell tickets. We weren't very good in those days. So we took him across the street to the game. Not on the field, but we took him up in the stands where he attracted a lot of attention. Georgia beat FSU. And Dan McGill, who at that time was our athletic publicity director, told Coach Butts, my boss and coach of the team, that Sonny's got an English Bulldog, it'd make us a good mascot. Well, they didn't have a mascot because the mascot had died the year before. Mike had died the year before, so they were without a mascot. Coach Butts came down, sent me a note the next Tuesday when I went to get my tickets and money to open my ticket when it said, "Sonny, see me upstairs." And I said, "Oh my God, don't tell me I'm getting fired. I couldn't afford to lose that job." And so I went in hat in hand and knocked on the door. He said, "Sonny," said, "Dan tells me you got an English Bulldog. Make us a good mascot." He said, what do you say let us use him? Because I don't seem to be doing much entertainment. And I said, "Well, Coach, if you think that'll help the team, so be it." He said, "Good, have him at every game." And I've never forgotten those words, and we've always tried to do that.
My parents had UGA before me. He was given to my mother and father as a wedding gift. And so when I came along, he was already firmly entrenched in the household. And I grew up side by side with UGA 1 and then all the way through. UGA 1 was a very loving dog. He was tall. He didn't look quite like our dogs have looked now. But I remember him very, very well, as I do the rest of them.
Charles has been handling the dog on the field since he was old enough to stand up and hold the leash, and it's history, and the whole family comes together and everybody supports each other, and it is a lot of work, but so important, and to be able to do it for the university, it makes everybody just feel very proud.
I was born into it. I think my dad started doing it in the middle 50s. I was born in 60, so I kind of grew up with it. It's just kind of evolved, and it really wasn't real popular until after the national championship year, and then things started really progressing. Like, for instance, when we first started doing this mascot, we actually would have to sneak him into this facility because he wasn't allowed, and we'd bring him up the fire escape. Well, things evolve, and when the folks here said, "You know what, it may be pretty cool having the dog here," they decided to renovate this room and add a few pictures and this and that, and so I think now he's pretty much generally accepted.
UGA is not only accepted, he is adored by the Georgia family and by his family.
First of all, he's a family pet. We love him and we treat him just like anybody else would treat their own pet. And then we just get called on a lot for responsibilities that he has to, fulfill. And a lot of people, I think of him more as a mascot, but truly during the week and when it's not football season, he's just a family pet. But it's a great honor to be able to have the mascot and to take care of him and get to take him, because everyone loves him and we love taking him to all the events.
With doing the day-to-day care, they do become attached to you. And then thankfully it has been very easy to transition. They have, you know, then become bonded with Wendy and Charles and Cecil, and it has been a very easy transition, thankfully.
That bond is something that the Seiler family has felt with each of the dogs through the years. After years of preparing his boy, Sonny officially passed the leash on to Charles. Even though he's only 7, Cecil is already learning and preparing for the day when his father passes the leash on to him.
About 2 years ago, when we decided that his son should grow up with an English Bulldog like he did.
I think it's pretty fun because Russ, I liked Russ because he was lazy, so I'm lazy. I'm pretty much lazy too, so. And then Q's playful and he's pretty fun, so we can play stuff.
Well, it's become second nature to Charles, as you can see. I mean, he gets his job done and he loves the dogs, and his little boy Cecil is growing up in the same atmosphere that we did.
My son has been watching. He watches his dad do everything, and we've let him hold the leash a few times already, and he knows that one day he's going to get to do it. He's excited about it, and he wants to do a good job, and so he really pays attention, and we'll be glad when he can do that.
It's something that I just grew up with. People say, what do you think? What do you think the fans think? Well, I don't know, because I've never been on that side of it. But to see people's face light up when they get close to him, a lot of people at the game will say, well, we're not here for the game, we're here to get a picture with the dog, and we try to make that happen.
One day, Charles will pass on his role to his son, just as his father did to him. A boy and his dog. He is his best friend, his buddy, his family. This dog just happens to be known by everyone, all across the country.
Slip it over the head on the Uga 10 to signify his place in Georgia history.
The Dogs in the Jackets highlights coming up next.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Are we watching the game?
You'll see.
I think my boys have a shot this year.
Yeah, especially with this new offense we're running. I mean, our running back is a beast. Once he hits the hole and breaks through the secondary, oh, he's gone. And our linebackers and DBs dish out punishment and never quit.
You didn't expect this, did you?
I didn't.
The Nissan Altima. There's a fun side to every drive. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Oh, hello! Can you help Santa with a new data plan?
Sure thing. Right now you can get 15 gigs of data for the price of 10. That's 5 extra gigs for the same price.
Looks like someone just made it to the top of the nice list.
Well, in that case, I want a new bicycle, a bike, helmet, a basketball, a stuffed animal that talks when you squeeze it, and...
I got your letter. We're good.
Oh, okay, I was just making sure.
Get 15 gigs for the price of 10, now at AT&T.
Georgia Bulldogs fans, show your pride with real Bulldogs gear from the official online store, the G Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com. You'll find everything a Bulldogs fan needs, from jerseys to sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Bulldogs pride, there's only one place real Bulldogs fans go, the G Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com. Georgia Bulldogs fans, show your pride with real Bulldogs gear from the official online store, the G Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com. You'll find everything a Bulldogs fan needs, from jerseys to sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Bulldogs pride, there's only one place real Bulldogs fans go, the G Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com.
This segment is brought to you by AT&T, a proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Georgia versus Georgia Tech, a rivalry years in the making. The Dogs have been waiting 365 days to redeem themselves from a bitter loss last year in Athens.
I got a question. Are they more disciplined and tougher than we are? That's what it's going to come down to. It's a historic game. We got a boatload of seniors here, and just about every one of you are starting on the offensive and defensive line. When it gets to 0 on that clock, we got the lead, and the game's over. But in the end, we're going to have victory. Y'all got me.
Michelle and the Dogs got it started strong for Georgia on a 4th down play.
We're moving right. Handoff, Sony Michelle. Big hole, Sony. Sony's going to go to the house. They won't touch him. 5, 4, 3, touchdown. Sony Michelle on a 4th down run. Thomas is clobbered by James DeLoach in the backfield.
Sanders and the rest of the defense caused problems for the Tech offense.
Fires and picked off at the 1, intercepted by Dominic Sanders across the field. He's got some space. Sanders to the 10, wide side, 15, 20, and he'll run out of bounds, chased out of bounds on the far side of the field. Hunter Long is the center. He'll snap it to Lambert in the shotgun. Lambert drops back, want to throw deep to Mitchell. He makes a leaping catch back to the goal line. Goes up in the air over the defender Milton and makes the catch down at the Tech 36-yard line. Yard field goal try with a bit of an angle. Marshall Morgan boots it through. It is good. And the Dogs lead it 10-0. He fires. It's complete at the Georgia 34 to June. And we'll tackle him there. The ball came out.
After 6 more points from Marshall Morgan and the defense still standing strong, the Dogs were inching closer to victory.
Thomas drops back. Might be the last play. Dancing in the pocket. Flings it to the near side. Parrish will intercept it at the 38. Parrish to the 25, to the 20. He's dancing on the sidelines, out of bounds, and no time on the clock. It's over. Malcolm Parrish with the interception has won the game. Georgia wins it 13-7. That's our final.
Coach Richt and the players react to that big game against the Jackets. That's next on Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Richt.
Whether big or small, Georgia's own credit union has the perfect mortgage for you. We now offer 30-year fixed-rate jumbo mortgages. And in addition to competitive rates, low closing costs, trusted reputation, and local decision-making for quicker turnaround, Georgia's own can help you save time and money. With more than 80 years of trusted service, you'll be able to get a mortgage you can feel good about. Contact a Georgia's Own mortgage specialist today at 404-874-1166 or visit georgiasown.org.
Throw in the bobblehead, you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Why don't you go check out your new Hyundai? I'll be with you in just a minute. Go Dogs.
Georgia Bulldogs fans, show your pride with real Bulldogs gear from the official online store, the G Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com. You'll find everything a Bulldogs fan needs, from jerseys to sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Bulldogs pride, there's only one place real Bulldogs fans go, the G Shop at GeorgiaDawgs.com.
Inside Georgia Football is presented by Georgia's own credit union, Bank, Borrow, Invest. And brought to you in part by Georgia Lottery. That winning feeling doesn't come if you don't play. Play Georgia's own Jumbo Bucks Lotto with jackpots starting at $1 million. This segment is brought to you by Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere.
The Dogs finish their regular season victoriously, and they once again run this state.
We got the governor here, so y'all be quiet. This is what he's got to say.
Well, first of all, let me say on behalf of all Georgians, congratulations. You are the champs.
Yes, sir.
We're proud of you as a team, as individuals, to your coaching staff, and to all of those who've supported you. It is my honor to present to you, Coach, this year's Governor's Trophy.
Give it to the seniors.
I mean, I've heard a lot about it. I've witnessed it from the stands, but actually coming out here and playing in it, it's a whole different story. I mean, it's aggressive, it's tough, it's really a battle.
It's huge for our guys, it's huge for our seniors, our coaches, for everyone, and I'm glad I was able to be the quarterback of this one.
I feel great, just to be able to finish the season off strong. And also getting the seniors just gonna make the 39th win if you're part of the senior class, and we're trying to get them 40 victories, including the bowl game. So the bowl game probably be 40 victories for those guys, and that's our ultimate goal, is just sending those guys out on the bang.
I'm just so glad we got this for the seniors. We each get a little Governor's Cup, a little miniature Governor's Cup with all the seniors' name. That's something I'll keep and carry with me forever. And now we just got to hope for the best bowl possible.